Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
What's happening?
Hey, what's up, guys, man? What's up,
going on,
Vince? Mike,
Much.
what's up, man? We haven't got together. One of you guys need to turn your volume down.
Yeah, it's not me over here. You got your
Mine's down all the way right now.
all that off. Anyways, we're back
my
from
bad,
another,
it was me.
another vacation.
It was coming from my phone. My bad. That was me.
So back from another vacation, and there's quite a bit to talk about in the news. But
Anyways, man.
how you
we're-
guys been?
I've been pretty good. Vince, Mike?
Yeah, been good.
I'm good.
Good.
It's
Everything good.
freaking hot as heck out there, though. Not so bad tonight. A little bit cooler than what it's been.
Right.
But, man.
It has been. It has been pretty. I'm gonna say maybe humid.
Yeah.
The other day I thought my AC in my truck had went out again. You know. But then I looked at the temperature of what it was outside. It was like 101. I mean,
Yeah.
at least that's what was reading in my
Mine
my
at
truck.
the house went
And
the
I-
other day.
And I was like,
Yeah.
man, no wonder, man.
Yeah.
It's so hard for these vehicles.
Mike and I
you know.
both our house units went down.
Yeah.
A few days
Oh, yeah?
ago.
Yeah.
You sound
Good.
very low, Vince. Like your microphone sounds like very low.
Is your microphone on, Vince?
Yeah, it's on. Just turn it up a little.
There you go, Vince.
How's that?
Testing.
Yeah,
there
that's
you go.
better.
Yeah,
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 that's
that
better,
sounds a little bit better. I like to hear your
Yeah.
voice, Vince.
Yeah, but so, like
Well, I
the
know you like to
ACs,
observe.
those
What's that?
ACs working
Said I
so
know you
hard.
like to observe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I made that short. By the way, I was like, I should ask Leo before I post this,
I
but
don't give a
shit.
I
Yeah.
figured
I haven't even
I
seen
sat
it.
on it for a couple days.
I
It's
haven't
got
even
like
seen
300 views, but
I haven't even seen it. Which one
Yeah.
is it?
you were mispronouncing "observe," I think, and I
Oh,
just
yeah.
took advantage of it.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
But,
People gotta understand. I was watching a video talking about that. I was watching a video on YouTube the other day, and the video was in Spanish, but there were subtitles underneath in English, right? So I stopped what we were watching. You know, it was me and my wife. We were watching a video or something, some kind of documentary we were watching, and I stopped what we were doing. I told her, I said, you know how hard it is for me to listen to it and still read the subtitles.
Oh, that must be because it's not the same exact.
because
right?
it's coming in.
It's not exact.
'Cause you're hearing Spanish,
I'm trying
but-
to make the same thing, you know, like to see if the
Like you're spell
to see
checking?
if, yes, to see if like their words are matching.
Grammatically right. Yeah.
Grammatically right. And I told her, I was like, do you know? Like I was like, you don't even understand like how hard it is for me to sit here
To do both.
to do both. She's like, well, don't read them. I was like, I can't because they're right there. She's like, I'm like, they're going by, and
That's-
I'm listening to what they're saying.
Now, let me
and
ask
I'm
you-
That's
reading.
part of
On
your
this-
mild.
So
That's
then
part of
that's-
your mild
Right.
OCD that you have.
So then I told her, I was like, so no, don't you ever make fun of me whenever I'm not
Right.
saying something
Yeah, 'cause
right. I was
you-
like, because
you're already-
my mind is
yeah.
thinking one way or whatever, and whenever I spit it out, I was like, it's just very, very confusing.
for
I've
those that
tried
know,
to learn a second language, and it's almost
it's
impossible.
Oh
hard.
yeah,
Yeah, it's hard.
no, it was very hard. I
I can
tried
imagine.
Spanish, and I can, uno Coca-Cola por favor. That's about the
That's
best I can do. But for those don't know, Leo does have just a little slight OCD.
I have a little OCD, you know, but it's good. We
but-
all have a little bit of little fidget, something like that. You
But
know?
sometimes that's, I mean, like a lot. I was talking to somebody at work the other day. Like sometimes some of your best workers, your best employees, are people that have the OCD.
yeah, I have some kind of
Like not like a severe case where it like
No.
overwhelms them, but they tend to like pay attention to details.
Oh, yeah,
little
absolutely.
things bother them.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and well, it's a lot more common now.
hey,
also,
Mike, can I
Yeah.
interrupt you?
yeah, I wasn't saying anything.
Listen, our to the point is not like in the middle of the.
Oh,
of the
yeah.
thing, man.
Forgot
That is
that-
bothering
oh.
me.
That's not a permanent sticker that you had on there.
No.
just a vinyl. That
Yeah,
you
it's
pull
just
off?
a-
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. No, it's just a.
Oh
It's,
shit!
it's on the
This whole
computer.
time I thought it was actually on his laptop.
No.
No,
No,
no, man.
Yeah.
That's why I knew. I was like,
Pass that over.
I
here.
looked at, it, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute, like that's kind of like.
Well, I moved
that's
my
supposed to be-
laptop, so that's probably.
But
why
that's
it's
good
on
though
the
because
side.
it covers the Apple. You know, I was watching a thing the other day of like conspiracy things of like why there's an Apple on the thing.
Why?
Because
What's the
if you,
conspiracy?
well, the conspiracy is because Adam and Eve took a bite of an apple, or who took a bite of an
Eve took the bite.
Eve
Well, they
took a
both
bite.
did, yeah.
Right. So then that was a bad thing, So then this is the same thing. If you look at it, we carry our phones with everywhere we go. You know,
The tree of knowledge.
So the
yeah,
tree
we've
of
got the fruit
knowledge.
from the tree of knowledge.
right?
You
So-
know
and
that
look,
is,
and look at the bite. There's a bite on that
Yeah.
apple.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
so if you think
and it
about
was stolen technology, I believe, from IBM
right?
or
So
something.
now
like
that was, that was a sin, or whatever, whatever the story is, or whatever people believe. But I was watching something
Well,
like that, and I was like, you know
pretty
what?
much
That
the story
so
is that
true.
when they took the bite out of the apple from the tree of knowledge,
Right.
they pretty much cursed humanity.
Boom, there you go. Look at this. We
Right.
have apples,
Having that
and an apple
knowledge,
with us,
yeah.
having all this knowledge and stuff like that.
They
like
were
it's hurting us,
convinced
man.
that by eating the fruit, you would have all the knowledge of God. You would be on equal, and you would know all. And that's when they started to cover themselves up with fig leaves, and that's when they kind of changed how pure humans were meant to be. Yeah.
Right, but see that,
But
the
the curse from the tree
Yeah.
of knowledge.
And then I was like-
it is a damn curse.
Yeah, and then I was like, I wonder if this guy knows something.
I don't know. What did you do?
Steve Jobs, like
what did you do though 10 years ago before your phone was smart? What did you do? What would you be doing right now? Right now, 8 o'clock at night.
I'd be watching TV instead of, like
Right.
normal night. I would probably be at home on my computer or my iPad watching YouTube. Whereas before all this, I'd probably be sitting in front of my TV.
Well, I would either be that or out and about.
I'd probably
Driving around.
I'd probably be out and about because I
Somewhere.
remember
Well,
me
yeah.
growing up.
Younger, yes,
Yeah.
I'd be out and about, but now I'd probably be sitting
I
at
don't
home.
know. I think I would be out and about right now too. If my kids weren't. So,
Yeah, I think I would probably have more kids. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I'd probably have more kids.
More time to get busy.
I think I would probably.
More time to get
No.
jiggy with it.
No, but I think
no, but you're more in the now.
y-
Yeah.
Oh, you're not in your phone. You're in the now.
yeah.
Elisa had asked me that the other day. She's like, "What would you be doing right now if you didn't have your phone?" I'm like,
Well, I mean, think about
it was hard to think about because I've
It
I've
is.
had a phone,
And Mike, and think
As
about
long
not,
as I've
not
been-
going back to me buying. That
You
is
know.
just
but the phones weren't always smartphones, so you can't really say phone because
yeah. You can't.
before phones actually got us off the couch and got us out
Yeah.
with friends and
Right.
instead of just
I think Leo's right though. People would be having more kids.
Yeah, man.
'Cause
probably
You'd be more.
and-
You'd probably be more connected to
well,
the person
that's
that
the
you're with.
big thing in the news right now.
Yeah,
is
but
the
Either that or
AI.
y'all break
Right.
up.
The
Yeah.
sex bots and stuff like that. The AI sex bots that they have. There's apps now where dudes can buy like 2 companions, but it's like not real. It's in the phone. It's like it's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
It's totally weird. But that's why they want people to live is
Right.
in their phone, in the metaverse, or in X. Speaking of that, like Elon Musk come out the other day and said, we already talked about this a little bit, and I already knew he was going to do it. But just like that, he's like, okay, starting tomorrow, it's not Twitter anymore. It's X. And I mean, when you post, it'll be Xing. It's not tweeting anymore. The bird and all that will be rebranded. On the website, it already is. On the desktop. On the apps, I don't think they've updated in the app
are
stores
they
yet.
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this was
Yeah.
his plan. But think about
When's
it.
it supposed- when's it
see how
supposed to
far-
actually
So
happen?
listen.
But listen.
Now-
But see, I didn't even know this. Why? Because I don't even watch TV, man. I don't even
Well,
watch news. man.
I'm on Twitter also, so
Oh,
I
no.
follow a lot
Right,
of
right,
personalities on Twitter,
Yeah.
but including him. But the X app is intended eventually to be an all-in-one app. Payment systems like Cash App involved,
Right.
bank. What it's supposed to be an all-around.
Huh.
When he is done integrating it, an AI powered by AI all-in-one app.
You were
Now
actually.
this is very similar to what some Chinese apps are, though. Like they have the one
Right.
app, I think, and that tracks and that does everything.
Earlier, you had said something about like one of the payment systems may be Dogecoin.
I heard, I saw, yeah. I mean, they'll drive hype like that. I don't know.
I'm
But
trying to get
I
it out
wouldn't
there
doubt
because
it.
I own some Dogecoin.
Easy,
so,
market manipulation here with our 2 viewers.
yeah,
But,
it's
uh,
not like Elon Musk coming out and supporting something.
Yeah, well, he does. He'll probably
Help us
drop
out, Elon.
breadcrumbs like that, and that's the only reason why coins like Dogecoin and SHIB even exist
Right.
to this
Right.
day.
That's
it's
the only
because
reason I bought
he flirted
Dogecoin
with
and
those
SHIB because I'm
ideas.
hoping
I know,
he
but
does
those
it
people,
again.
it was like so. I don't know. I mean, it was so. I didn't buy any because I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna keep, be safe.
They were so cheap. I bought some. I had them way before
Yeah.
I even knew what the hell they were. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I had some. But before
mean,
the
some
hype,
people
and
did make-
I lost out. I probably
Right.
could have made quite a bit of money because they pumped with the rest of the market at one point, and they were a shit coin and nothing like. They were not literally nothing. It was just a
Right.
joke, kind of, and it had a value to it though because it was on a market on exchanges and people were selling and buying it. So
Right.
that's what makes it. It could have no meaning behind it, and then one day just flat out do nothing for you.
I
But
mean,
anyways.
like you said, you know, some people did make some money
Yeah.
off of it. you
So
know.
yeah, Elon Musk rebranding Twitter to
Wow.
X. So
That's
that's
crazy.
It's I mean, you guys really aren't on there much, but
No.
I follow a lot of
I'm actually on Twitter quite a bit now.
profiles that aren't really you wouldn't see them in the news, but you know their names.
Right.
Well, I've come across their names quite a bit now. And Roseanne Barr was on with Michael Malice on the Tim Pool show last night, or maybe it was the night before. I'm not sure.
I watched a
And
little
that
bit
was
of that. With
that
you.
was pretty good. That was a pretty good podcast. But she's kind of crazy. She's like 70 or 71, but she don't care. She's not crazy. She just has no filter. She don't care anymore.
Right.
She'll just tell you exactly what she thinks, and she believes some crazy ass theories out there. But I mean, right now though, what is a conspiracy theory? Right? Yeah, LeBron James' 18-year-old son.
Had a heart attack.
Cardiac
arrest
Who's
during
the
practice.
other one? Donnie Baker. I forget his. I can't think of his real name. Sorry for his family. He's a comedian. He's only. I mean, he's in his 50s, I believe, but he just died of a heart attack. The woman who played the elephant on the one of those movies, Sing, she's only in her 20s, and she was got myocarditis or something. No, blood clots.
Oh.
And they're all, attributing this to, well,
The
you
jab.
gotta be careful because,
Hey, First-
we're on YouTube right now, and we don't want to spread any
Yeah.
disinformation. So always
First
seek
thing-
advice from your doctor.
first thing that popped in my
But-
head, though, Mike, when I heard about LeBron James' son, who would have probably been, what, 15-ish?
No, he's 18.
No, I'm talking about
Oh.
when the jab was being
Yeah,
done.
yeah. Oh, they have them. They were up to date on all those. Yeah.
So, how much? I mean, it's not crazy to ask the question. You're talking
Tori
about
Kelly was the one from
one that got it
Sing.
that was 15 years old, and he's an athlete, so he's pushing his body more. Is he, did getting the jab a few years ago affect his growth in some way, his heart growth or something?
I don't know. There's hundreds and hundreds of more people with unexplained heart conditions now that it should lead to more conversation, to the point to where earlier in the year and last year and the year before, they would take you right off of any broadcasting platform if you question the science. Now they're kind of backed off that a little bit. You still don't, you don't want to flirt with that because a lot of people make their money doing this. We don't, but
Right.
I mean, they take us off YouTube. We just do it somewhere else. We don't care. They take TGI Now down every other episode.
Just
but
create another one called To The Point Podcast number 2.
they're pretty quick about it, though. They're like, they know right away because you're reviewed. We're reviewed by real people, not just computer. But of course, a computer will pull up keywords like
Right.
we drop all the time. But either way, another one who passed away, but I think it was from something different. Sinead O'Connor, you remember her?
Yeah.
I don't know. She was popular for a song
I don't know.
way back. I don't even remember the name. So I got the tune in my head, and you don't pay me, so I'm not gonna sing it. It's a stupid song. It'll
Come on,
be
Mike.
stuck in your head. Hold on. Sinead O'Connor. At first, I thought it was the guy that played James Bond, but he might already have passed. Okay, so, I mean, just a lot of heart conditions out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I agree with you though.
Let me see.
100%.
Let me see. Let me pull up her top hits here.
But anyways, back to what I was gonna say. Let's see if I can get going here. Yeah, Vince. So what's up, man?
What were you gonna say?
What you can say?
You were
man.
bringing it back to what you were gonna say. Did
I don't know.
Did we take
No, I was
it?
listening to a podcast earlier today, and I was listening to it, and one of their question was, if you would die today, would you leave this earth happy?
For the most
For the
part,
for the most part, I, feel
think
the
so.
same.
Yeah.
Like, would you leave this world happy? Like, okay, I'm dead, I'm leaving. Like, I'm happy.
Well, there's still no. There's. I wouldn't be happy to be leaving.
No,
There's still more I want to do.
right.
So then, what are we waiting for?
Right. Well, that's what you got to do.
Go out there and get it. And then another question that they were asking was something they were saying that that their parents, like the younger generation now look at work more like, I'm not gonna use my I'm gonna do something that I like doing, not like what my parents used to do. So say for example,
Stay in a family business or something.
right. So say an example, what they were saying were like, okay, our parents woke up every single day, go to work, do hard work or do whatever they were doing every single day, but were not happy what they were doing.
Right.
Because when you would ask them, hey, if you could do something, what would you be doing? And they would give you an answer, and then they would ask them like, well, why aren't you doing it then?
Yeah.
So then, now that they were growing up, their parents were like, "What are you doing? What do you mean you're a YouTuber? Or what do you mean you're a TikToker?" And the kid's like, "Well, this is what I like doing." And so whenever you ask me the question, "What do I want to do when I grow up?" or "What do I want to do?" I don't want to. I want to be able to tell you this is what I like doing, and I'm enjoying it, and
Yeah.
I'm getting paid for it. Versus his parents, had to go to a job every single day that he didn't like and he didn't want to do it, but still did it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it kind of hit me because I was like, man, you know what? It's so true, man. Like, why am I working so fucking hard for somebody else's dream
Yeah.
when I could be working?
We talked
when I could
about
be
that a
working
lot. Yeah.
as hard for my own dream. And I was like, damn. Like, whenever I was listening to that podcast, I was like, damn. Like, that's like so true, because I was out back planting some plants, and I had the speaker on and stuff like that. And I like stopped there for a minute. I'm like, damn, that is so true, man. Like, why am I working so fucking hard for somebody else's dream when I could be working as same hard
On your own dream.
on my own dream? I thought that was pretty cool.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I've talked to you about this before, how I feel. I'm not getting any younger, and if I'm going to do something for myself, now's the time.
Now's the time, yeah.
Before it's too late, So that's I think should be everybody's ambitions, and if you
I
can
think so,
get it
too.
while you're younger,
Get it, man.
Get
Like,
it,
I'm
man.
Not,
And
like,
if
I'm not
you
even going to be
keep the
jealous
right-
for you,
keep
man,
the
because I'm
head-
going to be
right.
like, fuck yeah, man.
I
Get
mean,
it.
unless you're stupid,
Well, yeah.
then you got to keep your head on your shoulders and not blow it away or not blow through, baby mamas and shit like that. You got to be responsible. you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
with what you can do, and yeah, if you're younger, then you can get it, man. Get it.
Yeah,
That's
get
how
it. Like, I'm not gonna hate on you, man, because you're at home working and that's what you do for work, Like, some of these TikTokers, man, like, okay, they can put out a video for, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds. Okay, but how long did it take them to do those 15, 20 seconds?
It's a lot of work, I'll tell you that. I don't
Boom,
care
there
to be
you
a
go.
YouTuber or a TikToker
Right.
just from the little bit of
Right, but it doesn't.
mess we've played with
Right.
on here. And
But
it's like,
see, there
oh,
you go.
geez.
There you go. It's
Yeah.
a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Just, there's going to
Well,
be work.
we
There's
have
gonna be
friends
work.
that do that, and
Yeah,
it's
there's
just we've talked about. It's hard to just stare at a camera and just talk and
Yeah,
put
absolutely.
content that's not dead content. Like
Right.
there's three of us, and we have dead content sometimes.
Right.
And it's just like some people can get right up on the camera and just be like talking to a 250 people like it's a lecture, you know.
Right.
And it's like, wow, man, they have a lot of experience doing it.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
have experience. You know.
It's amazing. I give them a lot of credit. Even the kids who can make the money on it, as long as they're smart and they secure that income now. Because
Right.
when does that fall out?
Right.
You know, I don't know if it's something. If you can, like, I mean, people are making millions on there though. Families. There's this
absolutely.
ninja kid. The kid ninjas. There was this show like where the kids go through the obstacle course.
Right,
It was
right.
an adult one too, but there was
Right.
a kid one. There's a YouTube channel of this family, and they all do that kind of stuff. And it's
Oh,
pretty
like
cool.
the
And they
Ninja
get
Warriors, you mean?
something like that. Yeah,
yeah.
And
where they do like climbing and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah. And all these kids are badass at all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and it's interesting. But they get millions of views.
Yeah.
Millions of views.
Yeah.
Tim Pool, like these guys, some of them are journalists, and
Right.
but some of these people are just, I don't even know where they got the gall, but they make a killing on it.
Yeah, they make it.
all ad
So
revenue.
imagine being one of those people like what you were just talking about a little while ago that are making a killing, they got millions of viewers, and you say the wrong thing while you're
Boom.
live.
You're done. They cancel you.
They demonetize
just for
you.
speaking your mind, your
Yeah.
right of speech.
So yeah.
and they just delete you. You never existed, like, and all
Yeah.
that money is just gone instantly.
Or they just make
So-
it to where you can't get it.
so
Right.
so
Because
They-
that's what they do to the guys on YouTube.
yeah, and it's so true because the podcast that I was listening to earlier,
What I hear.
one of the guys is like a YouTuber or whatever he is, you know, and he was saying he's like, nowadays I need to watch what I say. He's like, because I could be, like how you said, Vince, I could be demonetized, I could be taken off the YouTube quick.
It's his
And he's like-
business.
and he's like, and
It's
there
a
goes my
business.
business. Yeah,
Right.
He's like,
So-
there goes my business. There goes my money.
He
there goes
should be telling
every
all his
business.
followers to get on Rumble and follow him, even if they don't use Rumble. But
I
if
think
they
he does.
take
They
him
do
down,
quite a few things.
if they take him
And-
down,
yeah.
at least Rumble will not censor you for.
Yeah. That's
your
why a
speech.
lot of the big YouTubers
What's the
too, they'll
tape
have
for?
backup accounts, even on YouTube, like a second YouTube account.
Right.
But like
They're quick about that now.
Right.
Like
they,
know
they'll
right
still
away,
shut
yeah.
you down.
Oh
Like,
yeah, absolutely.
just
Think about
because
it,
you said
YouTube
something
is
wrong on the other
Google.
one, they'll shut
You-
you down on the next one.
YouTube is Google, and Google
That's
is
why I like
almost
podcasts.
everything.
Because, right.
Right.
That's why I like podcasting because it's like you could pretty much just not pretty much you can say whatever you want to say, man. Like this is me. This is
Right.
the truth. This is what we like.
Well,
to say,
if
you know?
if they take the episode down, which they've messed with ours before,
okay, we'll take it down.
they
I mean,
take
is
it
what
down,
is.
but it's also on Rumble. It's alive, so it'll be on Facebook
Yeah.
after this. That's why we decided to do it live tonight, and not just a recorded episode. Also, it'll be on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, video on Spotify also.
Right.
I don't know if I said that, but yeah, but I mean,
I don't know. It just
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't trust the government. You know, just plain simple. I don't know where I went from that, but it's
Yeah.
just
No,
just
but
because
I-
it's like you can't say anything nowadays because the government's the one who's getting offended. The one, you know, oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, so many of these
are
huge-
they though? They're not getting offended.
Well,
They're
well,
doing their job.
I mean, they're doing their
they're
job.
creating
but
division.
yeah, that's all they're doing.
That's what
It's just
they're doing.
The
creating
biggest
division.
problem is some of these humongous companies like Google are kind of dictating with money what the government wants.
Yeah.
There's big companies out there that are
And usually the government
Pushing their
usually the
agenda.
government is more involved in big cities, and that's what I'm gonna go into this topic about the big cities, you know, because that's what Jason Aldean was pretty
not
much
in a
just saying.
small town, Leo.
Okay, yes, you're right. You know,
That just
because
got
big
us banned.
That's actually one of the topics I want to
yeah,
talk
no,
about
I'm
tonight.
saying
Go ahead.
because in the big cities, you know, like there's more government, there's more government jobs, there's more, you know, businesses that need the big cities and stuff like that. That's where they work from, you know. So it's like you bring people from the outside or whatever to tear up the cities because hey, who in the city is going to be carrying or who's in the city going to be doing this because you can't come in this building with an arm, with a firearm, and you can't come in here.
And it's just like anything else. Like you ever stuck in traffic on the side of a highway and you see one person start passing on the shoulder.
Yeah.
What do you see next? You see 10 more people
See more
following
people
them.
following them.
So you know, in a big city, you see people just treating everybody bad, treating the city bad. Like
Yeah, because
Not
nobody
giving-
knows.
not
Because
giving a
nobody,
shit.
Because nobody knows each other. Everybody just kind of just.
well, you
keeps
see
to
one
them-
person
yeah.
do it, then there's 10 more doing it, and then those 10 people get seen, and then now there's 100 more doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just one of the
In a smaller town, I know who comes down my street. I know who lives down my street.
Right.
I know everything about
you
my
see a
street.
vehicle that doesn't belong on your street, you stop and you look.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna wave at him and say hi to him. You know, make sure, letting
Be
them
like,
know.
I know you don't live
Yeah,
on the street.
I'm gonna make sure, letting them know that I'm keeping an eye on them. You know. So just
Yeah,
I mean,
so it's-
so they know better not to come into a small town. They know.
So
better
they
not
went
to.
after Jason Aldean for this video,
Right.
as it was pro lynching because it was shot on the grounds in front of one of these state buildings in Tennessee or county buildings, whatever it is, where there's been a lot of controversy over the history. There was bad things that happened back there around that area back then, but this is a very popular place for doing recording, especially music videos, they said. But anyways, nothing in his song was like racist at all. He was
No.
just like saying it's not going to happen in a small town. And I've seen so much reaction
It
in
wasn't-
favor of him.
It wasn't
like,
directed
from
at a
people
race
from,
or
like,
anything.
But people of color and different ethnicities, I've seen reaction videos of them watching it, and they're like, "We don't see anything wrong. Like we come from a small town, and then you're right.
Right.
That ain't gonna happen in backwoods Tennessee, where they come from, or Mississippi, or parts of. It's just not gonna happen.
There's gonna be
and that's
people
what the
that are gonna
video
put it
was.
to
And
an
I
end.
think it was taken off CMT. Some other places took his video down, won't play his music, radio stations, something like that. I don't know, but it's like #1 on the iTunes chart, or it was for quite a while now.
Okay, but listen to this. Okay, I got something to tell you. This song came back out in May.
But the video just came out.
Okay,
Right.
it doesn't matter. But the song just came out in May.
Yeah.
Why
the-
did we have to wait for the music video to say something about it? If you could just listen to the lyrics, here we go again.
It just didn't get noticed. People see
Okay.
the video on
Oh,
YouTube and
okay, but then
Twitter.
there you go again. Your eyes are deceiving.
Yeah, but that's
Just
why
listen-
that's what
listen.
got it going.
Okay, just listen to what the song is saying, and you're gonna agree with me. But yet now you put a video to it, and
'Cause-
now you see what's going on, and
Right.
now
'Cause they see
and
the-
now you're all offended.
They're
about
seeing
it.
pictures of the
Why, bro?
riots, which has all been pulled off like CNN
Okay.
and other news. It's nothing that they didn't create those images. Those were pulled right
Right,
off.
right.
major
It's the
news
truth.
networks.
I mean, he's not lying about it. Those videos are not made by what's the new thing?
AI.
The AI. I mean, those are real footage that was going on in big cities.
Absolutely.
You didn't see anything like that coming out of here in Indian River County, or did you? You didn't
What's
see
that?
anything, riots like that, or stores being broken into and stuff like that.
No.
I didn't see any like that stuff. In
No,
little small
it
towns like
wouldn't
that.
happen in a small town.
of course not.
And they said, well, what does he know? Well, he did come from like the Macon, Georgia area.
Right.
And if you think about it, we're in Vero Beach. Macon, Georgia had when he grew up in that area, it was like a fraction of what Vero Beach has, if you believe that.
Yeah.
Right.
So really small town.
It's smaller. I mean, our population fluctuates with seasonal.
But still, think about it, man. Like that man had to think about like I wonder how much sleep he or slept, or how do you say it? Slept over trying to figure out when am I gonna release the song, because of all the hate that he was gonna get, because of all the shit that he's getting for right now. Just think about it, man. That's like mentally on him, man. Like that had to been like,
I
because the
don't-
whole
I don't-
entire world was
Well,
going
like kind of like what you were saying. Like when he released the song, I don't know if he necessarily expected a bunch of backlash,
Oh, he was ready for it, though.
but I'm sure he knew it
I
was coming
think
when the video
he was
came
ready
out.
for it.
I think they're definitely capitalizing off of it. I mean, definitely. The support for him now is ridiculous.
I
mean, that's good.
I almost bought
It's
a
great.
hat. Not in a small town hat I saw on Etsy or something the other day, but it only one had sold so far, no ratings. I was like, I don't know, it might be a scam.
This,
So-
for some reason, will not let me pull up my
Right.
browser to share this article. I wanted to talk
Yeah,
about.
it's crazy, It's just, I don't know, poor guy, Just let him be, man. If you like the song, listen to the song, and if you don't, then hey, just don't buy the song and don't listen to the song, Plain and simple, I don't.
Yeah,
like,
I really never cared for the guy.
I don't like some of these other songs that are
the
out there.
more
And I'm
I
not,
hear about it, the more I kind of like him.
yeah.
I think what
I had
happened
showed
with
Vince- I
him,
remember
It's
Vince,
gonna
I
end.
showed you.
It's gonna end up being good for his career at the end of the day.
wasn't it? Didn't he end up? Him and his wife split up, and now
Yeah.
he's remarried. And it was, I think, when that happened, I think he broke out a little bit, like he stepped out of into
Take
the
more risk.
well.
No,
because,
I
I
think
mean, he
he
was
stepped-
always trying to be one of the bad boys
Yeah.
of country, and
I think he
really,
stepped.
you
I
can't-
think the Jason Aldean, after he broke once him and
Yeah.
his first wife broke up. I think the real true him came out. You know, is that
this
what you're trying
woman
to say?
brought the best of him out, or something.
Yeah, like yeah,
the
like
best
this,
of him.
Yeah,
for
like
him.
yeah, like definitely, like he flourished. Like after he like left his wife, he was like blooming. He was just like, oof, I could be who I am now, you know. And then he found this supermodel. I think she's like a makeup artist or something like that, or hairstylist. I don't know. But yeah, man, they're like connected, man. Like a
Who?
socket. Jason Aldean and his
There we go.
woman right now, his wife, his
Okay.
current wife.
Don't ask me,
you know.
what the hell I did.
But yeah, man, you know, I'm good for him. Hell yeah, put something out there good, man. Let these people know what's up. Let them know that.
well, I mean, it was a song, first of all. and
Yeah,
I mean, there's a
so
lot
what?
worse. Like, if you're offended by that, but
Right.
yeah, you don't think WAP is offensive for your kids to hear.
right.
I mean, you're in. I don't know what to say, but there's a double standard in this country, and we all know that. I mean, obviously, what's in the news right now is the Hunter
Yeah.
Biden.
So
Bullshit.
speaking of WAP, real quick before we get off that, I actually played that for my dad once, and he's like, "Are you freaking kidding me? That's music today?"
Right.
Keep that there, because we'll bring that up here in a few minutes.
He was just like, "You got to be kidding me!" Like I could only imagine what my grandfather
Yeah.
would have like.
Yeah, and we're worried about that. I mean, right now though, they're changing everything. The Snow White is the new Snow White isn't
I've seen
Snow
I've
White.
seen bits and pieces
It's
of
not Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. It's Snow White and the Seven Companions, and they're not dwarfs. And it's not the same story. It's about woman empowerment. How this is a leader, and it's not Snow White,
it. Right.
but it's a Disney remake or something like that. And they've done that with the Little Mermaid, which I don't care. I don't care really what color the character is, but they changed the story. So why
Right.
would you call it the same thing and not expect outrage?
Bless you,
Barbie. Barbie movie comes out PG-13. Now, why would you release a Barbie movie with PG-13? Because there was a lot of innuendo in there, I guess, and it was
Right.
demasculinity. It was supposed to be girl empowerment, but I didn't watch it. But
My wife
from what I
watched-
understand,
My wife watched it, and she told me, and she was just like,
it was obnoxious.
she
Like
was
it was
just
noticeable.
like, it was just
sad.
yeah, and like how you said, like women took charge, for a minute, and then all of a sudden the men took it right back again from them, and it was like you said, like very empowering. Like it was not, like. And then she asked, because she took my daughter with her, because she didn't know what the movie was gonna be about, so she's thinking it's about Barbie, so she took my daughter with her. So my daughter, she's innocent. She don't know
Yeah.
anything any better.
Thank
or
God.
whatever.
A
Right.
little bit
And
older,
she's
though.
5.
It could be different.
Right, she's 5. So on the way home, because they were out of town this weekend, on the way home, my wife asked her, she was like, "Hey, what did you think about the movie?" And she said, "Ken was bad." She's like, "Ken took over Barbie's house. That's not nice." She's like, "You don't do that. Like that was Barbie's house."
Well, I mean, I don't know
You
the
know?
movie.
I don't know, like,
Yeah.
and then my wife was explaining to me, like, the Barbies, like, one Barbie was like, came to life and was like, well, we could do that, like, we don't need to do this. And then that's how a nurse Barbie came out, and
Like how different Barbies came to
right,
be.
and stuff like that. Like,
I can see
like
the
it's
good
not-
parts of
right.
it.
She said, like, there was
Yeah.
good parts of it, and some parts were like, just like, whoa, like,
Yeah.
this is not right.
I don't know the content of the movie.
Right.
I just know that
like, I
it
kind of want to
wasn't.
go
I
watch
know
it, not
was
just
like
to go see, like, what it's all about.
yeah, but I think I would go see The Sound of Freedom first.
Yeah,
I
go
haven't
see
watched
some.
that either.
Yeah,
I've
I
seen
haven't watched that.
plenty of clips from
We should get
friends who
together
said
and
it.
go watch
Actually,
it together,
yeah, we
boys.
should all
Yeah.
do it one night.
It's
later.
Instead of a podcast.
But this weekend it was a choice between in the theaters Barbie or Oppenheimer, and Oppenheimer had to do with the nuclear bomb, I believe.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean that, like, but my thing is, you put a PG-13 Barbie movie out there for teen girls. You don't think 7, 8-year-old girls don't want to go see this.
Yeah.
They know a new Barbie movie coming up. Because I
Especially
tell you,
Barbie,
if you have
because
a
they're just
Roku
Barbie.
TV and it's just like the screensaver that goes by, there's literally like a city scene on it. One of the billboards is Barbie movie. Everything's Barbie on the damn thing. It's every Barbie. My 7-year-old would want to go see that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
My 8-year-old, she's like,
Even a 5-year-old would probably
Yeah.
want to go see a Barbie movie.
yeah. Which I mean, I don't know it. Like I said, I didn't see it, but knowing it's got a rating for teenagers,
Yeah.
I think it's already pushing it for a Barbie movie. You know,
yeah.
classic Barbie. It's like, I mean, an animated GI Joe movie that's PG-13. I mean, come on, you know,
Yeah.
like. But anyways, Joe Biden. Joe Biden's an idiot. There was recordings on the internet of
didn't-
him saying something about curing
I
cancer.
was gonna say, didn't he cure cancer?
Yeah, he
in
said
the
we
last few
cured
days?
cancer. You know, I don't think so because I know plenty of people suffering from it. And if they did, they better get on their ass on getting it out there.
Yeah, right.
You know, who do we need? An Operation
Yeah,
Warp
there's-
Speed again?
So you cured cancer, but
Yeah.
yet we got people
well,
dying
so-
every day from it. So you're letting them die then?
What if they came out with a cure?
I mean,
Let's
great.
say you had cancer and you had all the normal options, or you had this experimental thing to take
and you're close to where
that
you
could
either.
cure it.
I would have to be close to the end to do it if it's experimental.
I guess it would depend on side effects also.
Yeah, I mean, if it's experimental and you're not that bad, I'd be like, all right, well, let me wait and see what happens with people. But if you're like towards the end and you're close to death, I think I would roll the dice and try the experimental drug.
I think so. I mean, why not? I mean, if you're dying, maybe if it wasn't terminal, but you still had choice between surgery and chemo, or this miracle drug that's barely been tested.
I don't like things that haven't been tested.
Right. So there was an interview on, I think Tucker did it with Ice Cube. And they were rolling around Compton or some shit like that. And Tucker was asking him, he's like, so you're not, you wouldn't take the vaccine? He's like, no. He's like, but you missed out on a $9 million job because you wouldn't take the vaccine. He's like, would you? Tucker was like, no way. He was working at his home studio the whole time during COVID.
Right.
But Fox had a mandate for a vaccine, company-wide mandate. Ice Cube, the studio, they had that same scenario. He didn't need the $9 million, but it was a pretty interesting interview. If anybody watches Tucker, you watch Tucker, don't you?
Yeah, I get on and watch them on
Did you see that
Twitter.
one yet?
That one I haven't watched yet. I've watched the first few episodes and I missed a couple, and I started watching one of the later ones, but I haven't seen
I
that
mean, he
one yet.
interviewed Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a little better than I think. Not that I like Andrew Tate. There's a story. He could be a horrible human being for all I know, but
Still good.
there's ballsy coming off mainstream media
Right.
and interviewing the people who actually are buzzing on the internet. People want to know more about, especially people like Andrew Tate, who's being charged. He was held without even being charged in Romania or something like that for over a year. I don't know, but I didn't really know him, but it is possible he was involved in sex trafficking. But I think it
Who's
was
this?
the women. Andrew Tate. Is it Andrew Tate and his brother? No, I'm still good. Thank you. But Hunter Biden was supposed to plead guilty today in this court case. Let me see if I can pull it up here, because I would like to read it.
Yeah, I heard they were trying to do a plea deal where if you pled guilty, it was going to basically get him out of all trouble just by admitting he was guilty or something. And I guess another judge kind of threw it out and said no. It's kind of just the bits and pieces I heard about it.
So this is on Fox News. Judge orders Hunter Biden to look for a job, lay off drugs as conditions for staying out of jail. So he's not going to go to jail. He was supposed to plead guilty. I guess the plea deal fell through. From what I heard, without going into this article yet, his lawyers did some shady shit, calling some other office, I think, and pretending to be somebody they weren't to get some evidence taken down or something like that, and it was caught. So it was like, I think that's part of it. The thing is, they're going after him for not paying his taxes. 2 years worth of taxes. If you don't pay your taxes, are they throwing you in jail right away? 2
No,
years,
and-
2 years
and-
in a row, are they going to
No.
throw you in jail? 3 years?
No.
No. Usually they'll tell you you owe taxes, give you a chance to pay them, and if there's any way they can document
You know what it
they
seems
will.
like to me, Mike? Everybody's wanting to see when is Hunter going to get held accountable. And instead of holding him accountable for what he should be held accountable for, what would put him in jail for a long time, they're just trying to slap him with some tic-tac BS.
Well, I think the other route they're going to go after him with was he had a firearm. And
Still,
and here's the thing, and I heard this argument on Tim Pool also, Timcast, about the reason why they're going after him for the firearm because he was under controlled substances. Now, should he technically, we know what's on a concealed carry weapons permit, but we also know what's in the Second Amendment. And I'd have to say, I think this, what I think this is I think Hunter is a scapegoat. I think that's where this goes. So they have justification going after Trump. This would be the first time the Justice Department has ever filed charges against the president's son, let alone a sitting president's son. So they go after him for the gun charges or not paying taxes. It was like taxes on $1.5 million. 2 years in a row, something like that. It was mediocre. But that's how they go after some of these people. I'm hoping they use it for discovery. They can get more evidence about other issues.
Other issues that
But-
he should be.
But as far as the firearm, the Second Amendment doesn't say you have the right to bear arms unless you use drugs, or unless you use,
and these
unless you commit a crime.
and these are controlled substances.
Yes, but nothing in the Second Amendment
No.
says anything about that. And the argument was through due process, they could curtail your rights. So the comparison was you can drink, but you can't. You
Smoke.
can drink and you can drive, but you can't drink and drive. So you can have a gun and you can get high, but you can't have a gun and be high. So just because he had a firearm, I don't think that's right to go after him. As a pro Second Amendment person, I don't like the guy. I think he's a
No.
sleazebag. But there's other stuff they can get him
Right.
for.
As
And
much
I think
as I
that's
want
what they should do.
I agree with you completely. I mean, as much as I want to see him finally get held accountable for some of the stuff, as a Second Amendment guy, like, yeah.
There's other shit to get
it's,
him on.
It's bullshit. And even if they
Frickin'
get him on it, it's really
Embezzlement.
still a slap on
Yeah.
the wrist for him.
Blackmail, embezzlement, the crap with the Ukraine and Burisma, his daddy going
Yeah.
over there demanding they fire the prosecutor so his son can embezzle that money that obviously there's evidence out there now that Joe Biden cashed in on that also. They're beaten, but I think Hunter's going to be the sacrifice. I mean, they already lost Bo. They lost Bo Biden, who was the Attorney General of Delaware or
They're
something
at
like that.
least
He
u-
died from cancer.
They're at least using
But-
him as a distraction for sure.
This is Hunter Biden, right? Bo Biden, who was the prodigy son, in the military, he was in Iraq, was Attorney General back here at home. He dies of cancer. Supposedly, he got it from the burn pits in Iraq or Afghanistan, I should say. While he's dying, his brother Hunter's already shacking up with his wife. While he's got a wife and kids. I'm not even sure they might have even had a kid. I'm not sure. And then continuously with the drug and the hookers, there's a subscription there for some type of country club. They say is not like it doesn't exist. They think it's more like a sex club or something like
Right.
that. So it leads you to wonder what else. Everybody's got their privacy, but come on, man, you can't go after the squeakiest clean guy, former president, and not expect your drug addict son, who you let come and go, who you store your stolen documents with, and embezzle money with.
Right.
So there's enough out there about it. But I guess one of his friends, his former closest friend, was supposed to testify.
Oh,
And it's
yeah?
being pretty damaging. But there was other testimony on Capitol Hill today that was pretty alarming, I would say, if you just read the headlines. You brought it up, Leo, about Department of Defense official testifying on Capitol Hill testified that the headline, I forget what the headline says, but
It says former U.S. intelligence agents David, whatever, however you pronounce his last name, confirmed under oath that aliens exist.
yeah,
So,
so
I saw that because when my nephew, shout out to my nephew Marco, you know, he posted it right there, and I was like, oh shit, like.
I know how much
like-
this kind of stuff interests you, Leo. I'm
Oh,
surprised we made
man.
it this far in the podcast with that
Oh,
not getting
man,
brought up
it's
yet.
been up this whole time, Vince.
So-
I've had it up this whole time because I've been waiting to.
have you read the story?
Yeah, I just read it right now.
well, give us the
Shit.
details. Come on.
You know, well, he pretty
Because
much.
I heard other things, but I never read an article.
Okay,
yet.
so he's saying, you know, they were in a Congress US UFO hearing confirming aliens exist through UFO sighting and recovery of non-human aircraft with biology or whatever remains. So they're pretty much saying that they got like the DNA, and they're saying these are not humans. You know, like
Right.
whenever they saw him, and it says during his testimony, David also released the U.S. government possible of off. And then he says, okay.
Something about off-Earth technology.
Yeah, off-Earth technology. I'm going to have to post it, you know, I'll repost it. So anyways, he was saying, he was like releasing all of this stuff while he was like under oath, you know, and he was saying, you know, like this,
But
it's out
from
there.
what I heard,
And
it
says
was more like he was told about this stuff.
Oh, probably.
I think that's what the translation from what I understand was. He testified that he was told these things.
Right.
To me, that's just plausible deniability. It's like, well,
Yeah, well,
I
this
knew
kid-
that guy was
yeah.
effed up, you know, like,
Right.
but I don't know. I didn't see
Next-
nothing. I didn't see nothing.
Yeah,
You know, it's like-
yeah. And, you know,
Next.
like the last sentence says, leaving us questioning the existence of the government's knowledge.
Next thing you know, the government's going to have all this stuff out there, like, proving that this guy's nuts.
No,
Well-
they probably already are.
And I'm not saying
But
he
they
is.
give us plenty of reason to go nuts. The conspiracies out there about Antarctica now can no longer be credited as conspiracies. Who knows what's going on? I mean, I don't think there's any aliens out there.
I
But
think
you have
there's
all that
aliens out
stuff
there.
about Admiral Byrd, but I don't know about no Middle Earth, you know, down. And I don't think there's a Stargate. But there's conspiracy for a long time about Antarctica and Admiral Byrd. The one mountain that we didn't use for like the last 15 years that had an underground bunker, supposedly there's a Stargate in there.
Where's this?
One of a couple Stargates in some mountain in Colorado, I think. And it's supposedly where, I mean, our higher beings can bounce. I don't know, man.
Man, I
don't-
believe it, man. I do
wouldn't
believe it,
doubt
man.
I don't know if I believe it, but I
That-
can't
No,
doubt
I do
it.
believe it. I know
That's-
there's something
That's
out there,
one of
man.
the rabbit holes Mike went down one night when he had nothing else to do.
No, man, like there is sightings out
Well,
there, and I like,
yeah.
like, come on, like seriously, you're gonna tell me that
Oh.
we're the only human
I
beings in this
I don't-
universe or in this
yeah,
galaxy?
I don't
Come on.
believe we're the only ones.
Come
I believe there's something else out
Come
there,
on.
and I believe it's been here.
You know, and people always talk about the pyramids.
know.
You know, like I like
I do.
I like looking into the pyramids too. I think the
believe it.
aliens created those pyramids.
Now, there's a lot of comparison you can draw from pyramids across the globe in different hemispheres, like the Aztec or
And-
Mayan.
yes.
And they're all
and I believe that's how they were able to
Right.
communicate
There's a
with
lot
each
of
other. Okay, this is where-
comparisons between
these are our
those
points.
Yep. They're
These are
all
our
from
points.
different
These are
ages,
checkpoints, man.
but they're all like
Similar.
astronomically precise to the same degree or some
Well, yeah,
shit like
because-
that.
well, yeah,
And it's
because they're like
all
us.
It's
They're
all
like
meant to
us.
communicate or something like that.
Yeah, it's all like us, you know. We're all different, you know. I'm Hispanic, you're white, you know. But like, we're all humans. They're all aliens, you know. So everybody's gonna have their own little technique, their own little way of how they created these pyramids, Vince. I'm telling you, man, these pyramids are not created by humans. We're not created by
Do
humans.
you know they've said like
Even in
even
the
with
drawings-
today's modern technology,
There's
how
no
hard
way,
it would be
man.
for them to build the pyramids just like they did.
Out of that material too.
Right. Like today, that would be an astronomical feat.
like that's one of my dreams right there is to go visit those pyramids one day. Like
Now they
in
talk
Egypt.
about
I
the
wanna go to
Anunnaki.
Egypt.
The Anunnaki, I think they talk about. I'll have to find other stuff, and I might have even posted it. Were the beings that gave the information to the ancient Egyptians, the Mayans, the Aztecs, before Aztecs, the Mayans, but and indigenous people. And if you look into all the cultures, different religions, whatever, but all the different cultures talk about the ancient cultures. I'm talking about a different, like a light coming down of knowledge, and somebody else giving them the knowledge of weapons and farming and stuff like that.
Right.
They all their creation theories from all of those different cultures have to do with something like that, you know.
Wow.
And the Anunnaki were actually, man, I don't know. You got me going all over the place now.
Oh yeah, but it's just amazing, man. Like how they just, I don't know, man. Like I believe that these aliens created these things, and that's how they were able to communicate with each other. You know, like okay, let's go this way. You know, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to pyramid or checkpoint or whatever, so and so, and zoom. That's how they got to there. You know.
No.
I mean, that's how I believe. That's how they got to there. That's their flying saucers, man.
I'm still waiting for the day where it's like Star Trek. Beam me up, Scotty. You know, like just
Like Vince, have you ever thought about? Have you guys ever seen the movie
appear somewhere
Independence
else.
Day?
Yeah.
Tell me how they know about all this shit. Tell me how they know about this UFO. Tell me how they know it was round. Tell me how they knew everything about this to make this movie. This movie told us exactly what these fuckers knew, man. It's right there. It's literally right there in our eyes. Hollywood, man, created this movie. Why? Because they were even shocked about what they knew and what they had seen.
So the Anunnaki were the deities of the cultures around ancient Babylonia, which is like Iraq,
Right.
and other cultures around there, the Assyrians, Sumerians, and Akkadians. These are the ones when they show us like hieroglyphics on the walls and carvings, not hieroglyphics, but like, look at this, like carvings where the people have
Oh,
like
yeah.
certain things in their hands.
Yes,
that, like,
I've seen that. Yes.
That's the Anunnaki.
Yes.
Those are the Anunnaki,
Yes.
like when they have like a cell phone or something, or
Yes,
like
yes,
a
yes, I've
suitcase
seen it.
or something.
And I've seen they
Those
have the little Wi-Fi
those
thing
crime-
there too.
Yeah,
Yeah, the little little
Yes,
Wi-Fi.
yeah.
Yeah. like all
Those
that
are
stuff.
the Anunnaki
Yeah.
depictions right there.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
and it's ancient shit. Like it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
something made up. Yeah. Well, where else were we going to get into? Yeah, we talked about LeBron James' son, 18, having a heart attack. Hopefully, he recuperates. Same with Torrey Kelly. Rest in
guess-
peace, Donnie Baker.
I guess I
State
did
law.
hear LeBron James' son's in really good shape.
Yeah.
So
Well, hopefully, because
Yeah.
this myocarditis, if that's what it is, or you know, it's something serious that's not. It. I don't know. You didn't hear about this in 2020.
right.
You didn't hear about this in 2019 or 2018. I don't. You know, you just didn't hear about all this. Where is? So yeah, speaking of like the Bidens, you really think Biden is? I mean, I know he's the president, but if you had to choose, I think. I mean, I don't want Biden, but if I had to, I think I want a Biden. I want a Biden or I want a Fetterman. And I heard this analogy on Tim Pool from Michael Malice, and it was I would prefer that, a weak-ass president and a strong-ass legislation. If you can get the MAGA Republicans to take over the House and the Senate, it really doesn't matter who the president is. But it would be better if he was a babbling fool. Just be easier, you know.
Right.
But I still firmly believe Kamala Harris won't be on the ticket for VP for the second term.
No, I don't think so.
I don't
either.
know if they've announced if she is or not, but I don't think she's going to be. I don't know when they announced that. But I have a feeling it's going to be Gavin Newsom, and I think that's going to be his way into the White House. And I have a feeling,
hope not,
you know, the way they
but-
play ball, hopefully our side has been playing ball harder.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I don't see the people re-electing Biden.
I don't know, man. They didn't elect him the first time.
Well,
How are they going to elect him this time?
That's the way why I said
don't know.
it.
That's how I feel.
That's why I said it. I don't think the people will. Hopefully, like you said, our side is fighting the game better this time, and we don't get anything.
So my question is, like, what is the role of Biden as president? I mean, he's just a shoo-in, I think. He's just a
Yeah,
body that gets
Biden-
some of the votes.
Biden's not the one running the country. There's people behind him pulling the
Yeah.
strings, and one of them's Obama.
And then that, well, speaking of Obama, his personal
Oh, yeah.
chef, found up dead in the pond in Martha's Vineyard.
What?
Yeah, a
And this-
43-year-old
this is-
African-American
This is a guy that's a
Who's
very
this?
good swimmer, and
Obama's
supposedly
personal chef.
he
Obama's-
drowned. What was it? What do they call that?
Paddleboarding.
Paddleboarding.
In the pond. I don't know what the pond is in. Martha's Vineyard. Could be big.
So
but it's
unless-
unless he hit his head on it. But
Well, unless he hit his
Right.
head, or unless he had a stroke or a heart attack and then fell in the water and drowned. I don't understand how else it could happen.
it's not like he works for the Clintons.
It's
I
funny
mean, he
'cause-
could have seen Michelle's dick. You never know.
Well, you might, Michael.
Michael's. Oh, you're telling me? Okay, never mind. I'm sorry.
Well, remember what was we found
The
a
keywords.
what was the meme the other day where it actually plays him saying Michael?
Oh yeah, Obama.
Obama actually called.
and
called
the
him
two
Michael.
women. I can't think of their names. Were cracking up. One of
Yeah.
them has passed away now, but.
Yeah, he called his
think of
wife
their
Michael,
names right
and
now.
it's like.
So, and then that brings me to DeSantis. Like, what is his role in this campaign? Is he. Roseanne Barr thinks he just plays the heel, like, in this campaign, and he'll fall in line when the time comes. I don't think it's that.
I think that's what's going to
I
happen.
think he's a safety net.
I think that's what's
Yeah.
going to happen, though. I think he's going to fall in line when the
I don't
time
know.
comes.
Is there life after this for DeSantis if Trump wins?
Not if he doesn't fall in line.
Yeah, because I think he has.
That's why I think
it'll
she's
be real easy for him to lose the base. Because I mean, he's not doing very good in the polls.
right.
I
No,
think
he's down to-
Vivek Ramaswamy is really close to him. If
I heard
if you
he's-
can,
I heard
if you're
he's-
on there, if you see,
I
it.
heard he's third now.
Who DeSantis? So he, maybe. Let me see. Real Clear Politics, I think. But he had to. I guess he fired a staffer for posting a video. It was supposed to be pro DeSantis video, but at the end, it was like DeSantis's robust here and an army marching behind him towards a sun that was spinning, and it was like it almost exactly replicated Hitler and Nazi propaganda. So they ended up firing the candidate, but they didn't fire the candidate. They didn't fire not the candidate, the staffer. But they didn't fire the ones reposting that were actually responsible for making the deep fakes about Trump and Fauci.
Right.
Let me see here. Presidential polls. What you find over there?
I found one, but I think it was old. I'm trying to look now.
What is today's date? 26th? I lost my
Yeah.
website where I used to go, but
Yeah, the one I just found is kind of confusing, and the other one I found looked like it was old.
yeah, so I don't know. If I come across them, I'll post them, but I think it's pretty interesting. Vivek Ramaswamy, man, he's a good talker. And they're really pushing back on Robert F. Kennedy on the other side. Like, they don't want to give him a voice, but everybody is letting him do a town hall. So I'm interested to see where that goes. Does he go independent, or does he end up going on the ticket with Trump?
Right.
Right. So-
He's not very conservative. Don't by any means think that Robert F. Kennedy is a hero. I think he could win a lot of people over, but especially independents. But he's not Second Amendment friendly, and he is a Kennedy, and
Right.
they're all, in their own world. But he's pretty compelling. He speaks better than Biden. I don't know. Have you seen anything about him? No.
You talking about Kennedy?
Yeah.
A little bit, and everything I've seen, I have liked about him. Like, actually, I think it was John from TGI Now, a friend of ours, was wearing I saw him wearing a shirt that actually said Trump, Kennedy. Like,
Oh yeah.
which actually I hadn't even thought of that until I saw him wearing that shirt, and I kind of like it.
I think it would be compelling because he's a good man, and I think he comes off as a good man at least, and I think he pushes back against the establishment
I
from the
think
left.
Trump Kennedy would
Yeah.
really be good.
And as long
for-
as it was a VP spot, but that's one heartbeat away from the presidency.
Right.
That's a lot to
So back to the poll.
gamble on.
The most recent one I see does still have DeSantis in second. Trump 52%, DeSantis just shy of 19. Ramaswamy
Yep.
6.7 in third, and
I tell
Pence just under 6.
If you're not a Trump guy, look at Ramaswamy. The guy can talk. Even if you are a Trump guy, listen to Ramaswamy. You know, he seems like a Trump, but precise. More polished, more manicured.
Right.
But it's like his decisions would be more precise, and he would execute. We need Trump to go in there and fire people. That's all that's left to do in Washington. And you need to go in there like a wrecking ball and just fire people left and right.
To quote Miley Cyrus. Did you just quote Miley Cyrus? Go
I
in there
don't
like a
know.
wrecking
Who's
ball?
Miley Cyrus? That's- Anyways, that's pretty much all I got. I mean, if you got anything, Vince?
No, I think I'm pretty.
Leo?
No.
Usually I go to the right anyway.
Yeah, man.
That- I think
That's
that's
the
the
way
long-
we passed.
We don't normally do the live the whole episode, but that
Well, that's why I wanted to do it, because I don't. There's no other way to put it on
yeah,
Facebook.
there's no other way
really.
to put it on there.
But if we do it on a live on Facebook, I believe it stays there. It
no, I mean
doesn't
like
go
we've
away.
never gone the whole length. The
Yeah,
whole,
why not? You
the whole
know?
hour before, so that's
It
kinda
let
cool.
us, I think. Are we still live? You guys have been
Yeah, I
monitoring
actually,
that?
I actually just left it when I went
Yeah.
to pull up that poll, but
We've
yeah,
been
we
going
were
for an
still live.
hour and 3 minutes, so we're gonna get off here because ain't nobody gonna listen to the whole thing anyway. So
They say you,
Never
can
say
only, you only
never.
get their
No.
attention for like 2 minutes.
Never
it'll
say
be up
never.
there forever. Anyways,
Yeah.
Leo, you got anything?
No, I don't have anything. Just
Get off your ass and go get it.
Yeah, man, just get off your ass. No, but seriously, going right there, Mike, where you said just
I think that's the best
That was
message
my
from
advice
tonight.
last week. Remember?
Yeah,
In the last
just-
episode, you asked us that question.
I asked you
Get
guys
off
that.
your ass and go get it.
Yeah, just get off your ass and go get your dream, man. Like
Put the work
that's what
in
I'm
for
gonna
your
do.
dream.
Like that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Like I'm gonna like invest more in me and
That's my
dream.
goal, my family.
You know, not that I say I don't enjoy or I don't love where I'm at now. I'm just saying, like, okay, it's time for me. You know, like it's time for my dream. You know, like we all have dreams.
Start working towards your dream. I mean, you can't completely leave what you do now,
Right.
but you can start working towards
Absolutely.
getting there.
Right, absolutely, and I think
That's how I feel,
Now
but
is-
it
and I
won't
think-
take much.
and I think now is the time.
I know. I've heard you say this to other people, Vince, that
Right.
work for you.
Right?
Yeah, you don't want to leave what you do now,
Hey.
but you know,
Part of my job's retaining good health.
No, I understand, but it's just like I have always had like older friends. So like you guys are older than me, you know, and I always and I'm grateful for that because it's like I always see it. And Mike's always saying, "Man, I wish I was a little bit younger."
no, I'm not saying that.
Well, not saying.
I wish I
well,
felt like I was younger.
well, I know, but you said
or you wish you did something a little different when you were younger, like to,
Well, my thing right now though is I'm 43.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
And
It's,
I was
wish I would have.
self-employed at one point. I
Right.
wish when I was younger I didn't let go of that
Right.
because now it's now
No,
or
no,
never.
no.
Now or never.
Same,
Right. I
same
know.
with
That's
same
what
with
you-
me. I used to have my own business, and I wish
Right.
I had just stuck
You
with
know.
that.
No, the thing that you normally say is, "I'm not getting any younger."
I'm not getting any younger. Yeah.
You know, and I look at that and I'm like, I'm like, man, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
I'm
you
not
know?
gonna have the motivation.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying
The older you get, the more motivation you lose.
right. I'm not saying that what you're doing is wrong, but I'm just saying, okay, I just look at it as okay. At Mike's age, I don't want to be saying what Mike is saying right now. You see what I'm saying?
You keep referring to me like I'm fucking old.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying you're old. I'm just
You
saying
ain't that much younger.
No, I'm not saying that because what I'm referring now to is back to what I was saying when the first podcast began. Like, sometimes we look at younger generation and we look at it as, oh, you guys are lazy, or you guys are this, or you guys are that. Okay, but yeah, we don't look at what they're doing. You know, like I look at Mike. Okay, somebody's gonna ask me, oh, well, why'd you do this? Or you're so young to be doing this, or you're so young to be. Nobody's young to be doing anything. You know.
No.
And I think a lot of the stuff, you know, a lot of people like, I don't know, I get it a lot. I don't say I get it a lot, but like I see it like on social media or stuff like that. Like people will be like, oh, but you're so young to be doing that, or you're so young to be making that such a money. Like, no, you're not, man. Like, you're not young. Like, this is my advice to like the younger generation. Like, go out there, man. Like, don't let people tell you can't do anything. Like you can't. Don't be like us, man.
You can't do everything. You can't be anything you want to be.
Yeah,
But-
you can't be
But you
anything
can
you-
go out there and get your hustle on.
Yeah, get your hustle out, man. Like get off your ass, go out there and go get it, man. Like it's not gonna come knocking at your door. You know, like go out there and go get it. That's my advice.
Because if you aren't already tired of working for somebody else, trust me, you will,
Yeah.
you will be.
You will be.
Oh yeah.
You know.
That's
So
for sure.
no, but just
Yeah.
you know, just go out there, get off your ass, man. Like there's people like a sense of urgency. You know.
Yeah, if you want a job, man, go earn it too. Like
Yeah,
if that's it,
go
just
earn
it.
it.
Even if you're not talking about being self-employed or being a
No.
YouTuber, you're going out there in the workforce. If you're listening and you're younger, you still got to get off your ass, man. You get into a place of employment and you can't pick up your feet, you can't show up on time, can't put your phone in your pocket, and you expect something to be given to you at a rate somebody
Right.
that deserves it does.
Right.
So get off your ass there too and earn that job you want.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of money to be made out there because some of those companies pay pretty good.
Oh yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
even starting rates at some of the companies we know,
yeah.
it starts out better than you
Right.
would know.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how I feel at 43, and that's why I'm trying to build a business again.
A business,
at this
yeah,
rate,
absolutely.
You know? And eventually, I'd like to retire off that business, whether meaning leave my 9-to-5 job,
Right.
eventually, and be self-employed, and not just one area, but multiple streams of revenue. And that's just like I've lost so much time.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
granted, I was younger, I was dumber, I did a lot of partying, I wasn't with the right woman either.
Yeah.
Now that's what's different in my life is I'm
Yeah.
with the right woman who's
Yeah.
got that stability and the
The
right head on
potential,
her shoulder.
you know, that like
right, and
like
she
sees
will-
your dream and she's
Right,
like,
and
okay,
she-
let's
it's her
achieve
dream
each
too.
other's
and
dream.
you're
Yeah,
you know?
you're in a position
we have different
now.
dreams, but
Yeah,
we
absolutely, but
You're
cross.
in a
you know?
position now where you're going to make better decisions.
Well, I don't have to make them myself either.
Well, yeah,
which-
but
Yeah.
they're gonna be
right,
better
and
decisions
I've got
than they would have been.
responsibilities, so that's good.
Yeah.
If I didn't have those, when I didn't have those responsibilities, I was pretty reckless, And I think about all the money I wasted on stupid shit. Whether it was up in smoke or out the door or whatever, down the drain.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
the opportunity I missed out on when I was younger. It was different too. Any industry I was self-employed in or worked in outside of retail now was construction. And after the '04 hurricanes, there was a boom, lots of work to do, but it was all over within a couple of years.
Right.
And it was like, bam, now you got no job, and then it was pretty low for a long time. And thank God we live in Florida, so there's the occasional hurricane that brings the economy back to life. And of course, COVID, people hit the stores with money they didn't even have. Well, they had it, but it wasn't theirs, and it was just, they were buying everything. And that money didn't go away. You notice, working in our business, we've seen sales increase year over year, and it's like, God dang, where did all this money come from?
Yeah.
But you got anything else, Leo? What is it you want to do?
Nah.
You ain't gonna get off your ass and do something or what?
I am. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I got dreams. Sometimes it's just better to stay kind of.
Well, you keep your dreams. You don't always need to broadcast your dreams.
No, you don't always need.
but
to broadcast
but
your
there's
dreams.
always multiple. There could be multiple hustles on your way to your.
Oh
dreams.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Your path and
so
your positivity.
Slowly but surely,
Yeah.
we're all gonna get there. I say all because I include like all of us. Like we're all gonna get where we need to be at. Like I can see it.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
really ain't. I'm not gonna give myself any choice because I don't want to be a lifer in the work I'm doing now. I've got some lifers and some retirees that work for me, and it's just like I don't want to be them. It's like, and I don't want to run out of energy before I have the opportunity to do something
Yeah.
for my family.
I figure I've got at least, I mean, if I save and do well, at least till probably 20 years of work. I don't want to be doing what I'm doing now.
Well, I'm
20 years
hoping
from
I
now.
have more than that, but that's why I went back into pressure cleaning. That's what we used to do. We used to do painting also, but I restarted the pressure cleaning business, and my goal is to have a seasonal business here and a seasonal business somewhere else, where they work opposite of each other, and it's best of both worlds for me,
Right.
and my family. So Our family's a little over Florida. The heat, the humidity, especially this week. I read somewhere the water at the tip of Florida reached 100 degrees.
I heard that too.
I don't know where, if it's surface level. I don't know, because
Yeah.
I don't know how. That's a lot. That's very hot for
That
the
is
ocean
very,
water
very
to hit.
hot.
But, it's just Florida is so damn hot, sticky. I don't know.
I can't stand this time of the year. It's like walk out your house and instantly you're just
Yeah.
sweaty, sticky. Clothes are sticking to you.
So, anyways, we're going to get out of here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give us a like, a listen, a follow. And comment. I mean, you can comment whatever you want. So, anyways, you want me to take us out?
I could do a Joe Madden.
I'll push the button.
He just got fucked up.